Hey everyone, my name is Mr. Marcus White,
It's JT.
and we're your hosts for the comment section. Thank you so much for tuning in. JT friend, I have just been binging Handmaid's Tale. I was on the phone with you, and that's all I can think about right now is just the show Handmaid's Tale. And you haven't watched, right?
No, you know, I've been watching White Lotus on HBO
Oh
Max.
yeah, you did. And I told you after I get done watching Handmaid's Tale, I'm gonna give the White Lotus. Is it the White Lotus or just White Lotus?
The White Lotus, yeah.
What is a lotus? Is that like a bug?
It's like a flower.
Oh,
It's a flower.
Okay.
Because it's like a white lotus. It's like a white flower, and it has like these little. I don't. It's weird to explain, but yeah, they have it on the logo of all the hotels, and you see it throughout the season. So yeah.
Yeah, after I get done binging Handmaid's Tale, I'm on it's 6 seasons already. So I'm on season 3. The new season started Tuesday. So after I get done binging Handmaid's Tale, which will be like at least by the weekend I should be done, I'm gonna start watching White Lotus. Well, actually, Black Mirror came out with new episodes on Thursday. So
Really? Wait, Issa
yes.
Rae's in it, right?
She's in one of
the episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in one of the episodes. So after Handmaids, I'm gonna watch the 6th episode of Black Mirror. Then I'll watch the White Lotus.
Okay.
Because I like scripted TV shows. I know my platform is like reality television, but I prefer scripted TV shows, especially serious shows. So I'm happy that you recommended the White.
Yeah.
How many seasons does White Lotus have?
They just literally like last week, I think, wrapped up season 3. So, and each season has like 8 episodes. So.
Which is kind of like the norm now for all
Which
TV
is crazy,
shows.
but it'll take you guys like 20 years to make 8 episodes. But when we were coming up, they'll put out 2. That's why I love Abbott Elementary. They give me 2 seasons a year with 20 episodes each. I'm not complaining.
Well, that's because it's on a regular network. I think that if it's on a streaming network, it's reduced to 10. But if you're like on CBS and NBC, you get the 22 episodes, which is what you and I were used to because there was no streaming platforms when you were growing up. Right. Oh my God, we sound so old.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
I miss that time. I miss those times. Like even so last month, I just finished actually binge watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I really enjoy watching
the new one or the old one.
No, I'm not watching the new one. I'm talking about the old original show, and I'm just like,
the new one's good though.
I know people like it. I'm just not into making the show, especially after binge watching it now. I ended binging it by watching the 30th anniversary between all of them and stuff. But like, especially after binging the show, I don't want to watch this show in a serious form. I just don't.
Yeah,
like, I really
didn't give it a shot.
Yeah, right. I really enjoy laughing at the silliness of Will, Carlton, Uncle Phil, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I really enjoy it. Definitely climbed up. I've always liked Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, though, but it definitely climbed up my ranker on TV shows, though, of all time. Like, for sure.
Not a fan
anymore. It was good, man. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It was a joke that just isn't funny anymore. You ever watch, like, old shows and you just don't get the same humor? Like Urkel. I don't get the same humor. I don't find it funny like I did when I was a kid. It's not as funny.
To
and that's
you.
the same
like,
thing for
me,
Prince.
Yeah, for me, even when I was younger, like when I would watch stuff like That's So Raven and all of that, and Martin and stuff, I liked it growing up. But I can't really think of a time where I was really laughing as a kid. But now as an adult, like I remember I binge watched Family Matters was the first old series that I binged when COVID happened. It was on Hulu. So I binge watched all of Family Matters, and I actually had a really good time binging Family Matters. And then I actually was like laughing. Even with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I was literally like dying. Like my friend Tim, he was just like, bro, you okay? Because I was literally like in my room, like dying, laughing like out loud based off of some stuff that Will and them had going on. It was like a really good time.
Yeah, I binged Family Matters and when it came on in 2020 on Hulu, and I was like, Erko, I would have punched Urkel in the face. He would have been banned from my house. Why did they keep letting this nerd come over and destroy their house? It was like annoying. Like in every episode, he did something stupid. It was
because he had a good heart, man. Urkel had a good heart.
Yeah, but still, you don't let someone over. If someone came over your house, destroyed your house every day, you're not going to let them come over every day.
Yeah,
good
you
heart
can't come over.
Not.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Stay your ass over at your house and call me. I don't need to see you.
Right.
And on top of that, they never lock their door. Oh, well, never mind. Let me not go there.
I was waiting for you to let it out.
I was gonna say he just walk in the house whenever he wanted to, but let me not go there. Yeah, it's whatever. So JT, you are back. Where you been, friend?
Yeah.
And all these people have been asking where you are. Are we friends? Why did we fall out? Do what? Like everyone was just wondering where you were for the past couple episodes, friend.
Yeah.
Where was your bitch ass?
Damn. Like, I was about to go into it a little bit, but like, no, honestly, just trying. Like, I'm going back to school. I decided to like, I want to proceed with becoming a licensed therapist. Working on the other podcast I have, and honestly, just taking out like some time.
Congratulations on season 2, which started last week.
Thank you.
We gotta plug the comment section. Hear me out. Season 2 started last week, so go head over and listen to his other show.
You gotta come on there as well too, and stuff. You gotta come back. I know Tim has been asking several times, like we gotta schedule Marcus to be on here and stuff like that too. So,
but you gotta do it now. You do it in the video.
It's visual now, yeah. Visual now, so it's more work and stuff now.
Because I watched it yesterday. You uploaded yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, tonight.
Because you did Fresh Prince. Wasn't that the topic or no?
No, we were just like basically telling people what to expect, and we just like how I was just saying, like how over the break I binge watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air because that's his favorite show and stuff too, or whatever. So we just talking about like a bunch of random things, but yeah, just kind of just taking out some time, really just like for me and stuff. I had like some family stuff going on and everything, but I'm back into the swing of things, and I'm feeling a lot better. A lot of clarity on a lot of stuff, and I will say I think for the most part I'm very centered in my life right now. So yeah, we just been chilling.
Yeah, the listeners been asking me every week, where is JT?
I told you I thought I'm not gonna say they disliked me or nothing like that, but I feel like I didn't make an impact with our listeners like that.
You have to remember this, that we've been doing this for 2 seasons now. We're about to be on the end of the season 2, and for 2 years they're used to listening to Marcus and JT. So when one of the people, like if Destiny's Child, Latavia and Lativia are gone, they want to know what happened to the other 2 members,
right.
And you definitely, people liked you because that's the reason why we have our listeners, because of you and I, we had chemistry.
Right.
But yeah, they were asking, like I said, are you 2 friends or not? And I'm like, geez, I told you I didn't respond to no one's questions, because I
know Marcus. So Marcus just wanted to put a picture up on Instagram and say, "Who is this hoe?"
I still got time. Don't worry, I still got time. All right.
Who is this hoe?
That's what the caption of this episode should be.
Literally, who is this hoe?
Who is this hoe? Yeah. But I missed you. I had some awesome guests to fill in for you. But no one can outdo you, friend. All right. This is our show. Remember that.
I know.
I forged your signature on the contract. Our show. All right. God damn it.
It's fine. I actually just saw Marcus literally like a few days ago.
Yeah. He sure did. We had all 3 days, right? While you were up here. Yeah. The man was over in my apartment stealing, touching things, looking through things.
Marcus has bad road rage. We go to a store. He goes up to this employee and literally, where's this at?
Oh God, I did not say it like that. I was looking for something, and I was taking forever to look for something. I pulled a picture up, and I just said, "Excuse me, sir, where is this?" And he just took forever to find it. It wasn't rude. It wasn't rude at all. I don't know why you keep saying that. I don't have bad road rage. I didn't even. What are you talking about? Now you're just making shit up for the people. Now you're just making.
Come on, bitch! I dare you! I dare you! What the fuck are you doing? Like, bro, I'm just on the pass. I'm just a passenger, Prince. I'm just sitting there just chilling.
Other people. That's not bad road rage. I didn't blow the horn. But yeah, people were cutting me off. When am I supposed to look?
No, they weren't.
Cut me off?
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
We were about to get in so many accidents. They are dangerous drivers out there, and I was, just yelling. I wasn't yelling to them. Now, bitch, don't come up here and be telling all my business now. These people don't know this about me. All right? Shit. And you know what? Why did you come back? You came back just to fuck with me?
Yeah.
Is that what you came back for? Why the fuck did you come back?
Because I'm very centered. So now I'm about to be a reckoning with your ass going forward. Let me tell y'all something else, too. Marcus is tore the fuck up in Canada. Who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Mr. Marcus White is his name. Okay.
Wait, clarify, because I'm still sober. I wasn't drinking.
No, he wasn't drinking now. Let's be clear.
I wasn't drinking. I took an edible, and let's just say the edible got the best of me. So yeah, JT and I was in Canada over the weekend. He's never been to Canada. And so took him to Niagara Falls. And how did you enjoy the falls? Even though we went late at night.
It was so cold. But I had such a good time though. I had such a good time. Like, I can't wait to come back. I think
told you guys to come back during the summer. It's a lot better during the summer. Yeah, a lot better during the summer. And I just feel like you know, it was a quick trip for you. You were up here for 48 hours? 72?
Damn near.
72. 3 days, right?
Came Saturday and left Monday.
That's 72 hours. Yeah, so you're only up here for a quick time. And, you know, like, you didn't really get to see and do as much, unfortunately. But yeah, we did spend, you know, I popped your cherry for Canada.
Now.
I popped the cherry.
Damn.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
Marcus
great to see you.
Cherries, popping edibles, just
I'm doing everything. Yeah. But yeah, I was high as fuck on Sunday. I was high. Yeah. It hit me hard. Once I knew I wasn't driving, I said, "Oh yeah, I'm taking this edible. I'm taking the edible." It was late at night too. It was like around 10 o'clock at night. It was late. Yeah, it was late. But it was good seeing you again.
It really was. Yeah. But hold up, is this the? Because last time I saw you, I think this is the longest for our streak because you know we were like
December,
3 months, but
3 months. Yeah. I mean, it's close enough. Last time I saw you was December, and then April. So I guess I won't see you till July.
That's the time we think about coming back, actually. So yeah.
You have to come back, and you have to stay a little longer. Because
I want to say we said when we come back in July, we're probably gonna stay for close to a week.
Okay, no, that's too long. I would say 5 days.
That's why I say close to a week because, like we said, I want to go back to Clifton Hills, and then we're gonna spend like a day maybe there, and also want to spend like 2 or 3 days in Toronto as well. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought we would be going to. I thought that you know, I had a whole day for us, and you fucked it up. But it is what it is.
Being in a relationship, y'all.
But I'm looking forward to seeing you back. I can't wait. Good to see you. Good to have you back on the show. Sure. We have a really interesting episode, a jam-packed episode. We're going to be talking about Kenya Moore's final episode on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Keri Hilson is claiming she was forced to diss Beyonce. The actor Terrance Howard had a strange interaction with Diddy, and the Billboards list the top 25 female rappers. So, JT, you know what time it is. It's time to get this podcast started. Well, say something, bitch.
Damn, I gave you this.
Oh, I forgot we're visual. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that we're still audio. All right, cut to the theme song. So Kenya Moore went out with a bang. All right, her final episode.
When I tell you a bang, and she looked the fuck good.
Yeah, she did.
Good.
She looked really good. She did. So Kenya's Moore final episode aired. Her final episode of The Real House of Atlanta aired this past Sunday. Now you and I didn't watch it live because we were in Niagara Falls, but I caught up on I watched the episode the first thing the next morning because I told you
I watched it yesterday.
Lunch. Oh, you watched it? I remember I told you at lunch. I said, "Friend, it was good," because I like that most of the episode was really heavily focused on Kenya and her salon opening, and you know, it was just it was a lot of drama to me involved in that. And I'm happy that they gave Kenya close to a full hour, like a full hour episode, you know, like
a lead up, a build up.
Yeah, because in the previous episode, she literally only had one scene or two scenes, but I felt like she was, you know, heavily throughout the episode, and I really like that. To give you guys some context of what happened, last week, Kenya and Britt had some words at Angela Oakley's event. Britt claimed Kenya had been rude and was dismissive in all her interactions, which I disagreed. If you guys listened to last week's podcast, I disagreed. I thought that Kenya has been nothing but nice to Britt, but Britt is still hung up about Kenya's questioning her wedding ring situation back in episode 1. What did you think about that, JT? Did you think Kenya was being shady when she questioned Britt about her wedding ring? Because I don't think Kenya was being shady.
One thing about Kenya, and history has proven this, people like Kenya, we've all have met people like this. They do just enough to where like it is shading Marcus, but it's not enough to warrant a big response. It'll just have Marcus just sitting here just like, were you shading me? Or it'll leave you feeling some type of way. But to the general public, it doesn't look like that. But so this is what the tad bit that I did get. So
Okay.
I follow this other blogger and stuff like that. So I forget the girl's name. I think it's like Money or some. It's she's. I think she's on the news. That's what I'm over here doing. I'm trying to find her name. Ming Lee. That's her name. Ming Lee. She's on the new season of Basketball Wives. So she and Britt Eady. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So she and Britt Eady allegedly they had a bad falling out over a guy. And Ming Lee and Kenya Moore are really good friends. And Ming Lee was originally, before she got on Basketball Wives, she was trying to get on Atlanta Housewives and stuff. Like, come on, it's like a friend or something like that. So Britt Eady caught wind of that. So therefore, Kenya was kind of like shading her kind of from that standpoint or whatever. That's from what I heard. That's
is
kind of
Kenya
where,
friends with Ming Lee?
yeah, they're good friends.
I
They're
don't think
really
that's her
good, close
name.
friends. That
I
I'm
don't think
looking at it
that's her
right
name.
now. I'm
Is
literally
Ming
looking at it
Lee?
right. Minglee.
Oh my god, I thought her name was something. She's on. She is on the new season of Basketball Wives. Um, so I still don't get why that would be have why
I
Kenya
guess
would be
it's one.
shady about
I
it.
guess it's one of those things where, like, let's say when I came and visited you or
Yeah.
whatever, and I was around somebody. Well, let's say you invited me to like a dinner party or whatever like that, and you really didn't get along with one of the people there or whatever like that. I may come there and speak to everybody else, but I may give everybody a hug and stuff like that. But when I come to that one person that you really don't mess with like that, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't fuck with you, or I don't mess with you or whatever like that. I may do a little, oh, what's up? I may give everybody a hug and give you a fist bump or
So
something
you're
like
saying
that.
Kenya's friends with Ming Ling,
Correct. Correct.
and because Ming Ling and Brett fell out, Kenya was being shady.
Correct. But I
Interesting.
don't. But I don't think she was doing it enough to again warrant the responses of what Britt Eady was feeling or whatever. Because some can make the argument that Britt Eady was looking for a moment, but if we're gonna keep it a dub too, and I'm on Kenya's side still, but like we're not about to sit up here and gaslight Britt Eady like she doesn't know what she's feeling though. Like she felt
I
a little
don't think.
slighted by Kenya.
But you know what? To me, I said this on last week's episode of the podcast that when people are married, they usually have two rings on their finger. They have an engagement ring and a wedding ring. And Britt only had one ring on, so Kenya thought she was engaged. It's not really that much of like a
No, but see
surprising question.
again though, like all this comes from pre filming for them and stuff. Because again, like I said, the girl Ming Lee allegedly was trying to get on Atlanta Housewives and stuff like that. So some of this stuff Kenya was already privy to. So you're asking these questions about the ring because you already know that Ming Lee and what's the girl named Britt already had a falling out over a guy. But you're married, so how you having a falling out over a guy when you're married? So is this a second ring or that's where now adding all of that up is just like, oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. And Ming Ling was actually in the episode 3. She was at Kelly's boutique event. I don't know if you saw her there, but she
Yes.
was standing there when Shamia and Angela was going back, and Shamia called Angela
Because
Flavor Flav.
that's when they was testing her out to be a friend of the show.
Interesting, interesting. So because of that question, Britt has really felt she had an issue with Kenya. So last week's episode, she brought it up at Angela Oakley's event, but that wasn't the real issue. The real issue is when Britt casually kept mentioning that she owns guns during an argument, and Kenya took it as a threat, like you and I would, Britt didn't directly threaten her, but when you talk about guns in an argument, you would think that you are threatening my life. What do you have to say?
I feel like again, still on Kenya's side or whatever, but like for the most part, everybody, because even you and I, if I'm gonna keep it 100, we have joked about like, when somebody make you, bitch, you don't know where I'm from. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from this or whatever like that. Don't make me pop my fucking trunk on your ass or whatever like that. Knowing damn when you got none in that trunk or whatever, but some spare shoes or something like that.
But
But
they
I
don't
feel
know each
like,
other. She
but
don't know
okay,
her.
but at the end of the day though, like they all know this ain't that type of show. And one thing about Kenya too,
You don't know these
no,
people.
one thing about Kenya though, again, I love her. I really do love her. I have grown to love her so much. But
Same.
my thing is with her, Kenya was not scared for her life. Kenya was not stressed because the thing about it is one thing about Kenya, she can put herself in a position where it's like a Karen effect. Where, because prime example, when she was provoking Portia at that season 6 reunion, what's the one thing she kept saying when she was provoking Portia? Get fired, get fired. Like, she was poking the bear because she know how to do enough, because she's real good with her mouth, to make you feel provoked. So I feel like when it came out to Britt Eady saying like, oh, you got a gun or whatever like that, ain't like she was like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you or whatever like that or whatever, bitch, you know what I'm saying? I got, where my purse at or whatever like that, bitch. She didn't make no direct threats to her. Granted, it still ain't right, because Bravo still should have like made a statement or, you know, suspended Britt Eady from like an episode or 2 or something. But like at the same time though, like, Kenya know what she was doing, and even that still did not warrant the response of, who is this hoe? I'm sorry.
So I do agree. I think that, you know, Kenya, I said this in last week's episode of the podcast, that I think that because she probably wanted Britt to do something, she did this. She showed these people this explicit photos for a reaction by Britt. She wanted Britt to be standing there, and she wanted Britt to do something to her, possibly do a Portia and pull her hair or pull out a weapon on her, because, you know, I think that she did want to get rid of Britt in some type of way. And that's pretty much what happened on Sunday's episode. Kenya, being the petty, shady, dramatic person that she is, she retaliated by exposing some old sex work photos that Britt had. I have the video clip of last week's episode, so take a look.
What is this?
So who is this hoe? Who is this hoe? Britt Eady is her name. This the same girl.
Oh, I'm not doing this.
We see the nose jobs, the lips, the fillers, all that.
She need a pipe down.
That's number one. My good private investigators found some more evidence for me. So yeah, she used to be a video hoe.
Yeah.
She was a trap hoe video hoe. Okay? I've been in some videos, but I was a leading lady. I was making stacks for an appearance. Then they kept sending me information. That's some nasty work.
Ain't nobody trying to see this girl sucking nobody's dick. That is just so crazy.
Yeah, that's it. No, it ain't too far, bitch. She threatened with me with a gun. Don't tell me it's too far. So thank you very much for supporting me. Now I know who I can trust. Don't come for me.
Unless I say for you.
Thank you.
Everybody was shocked when she showed those pictures. Like, everybody.
That's how you know. And honestly, I think even Kenya knew she messed up when she started seeing like her castmates and stuff,
reaction.
everybody just leaving and stuff. You knew
Yeah.
you took it too far. You took it too far.
I mean, she did, but at the same time, what I was telling you when we did lunch the other day, I said, you know what? That's something I would do. You want to come for me? I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you why people don't come for me. And to me, I think that this is what we're trying to figure out. Were those photos from somebody that Britt has sex with, or were they actually accessible on the internet at one point in time? Because Britt is claiming that that's called revenge porn. Now, in the state of Georgia, revenge porn, actually in the whole nation, is actually considered a serious crime, and it's illegal. Yeah. In the state of Georgia, where Atlanta is filmed, obviously, it's considered a felony, and someone could face a year to 5 years in prison and be fined up to $100,000. So that's why I think that Kenya was suspended. But Britt is claiming it's revenge porn, but Kenya's saying that it wasn't revenge porn. Now, what fans are telling me on my Instagram blog page, Mr. Housewives, they're saying that Kenya got the photos from Britt's OnlyFans that Britt took down prior to her coming on. Oh. So, I didn't know that she had OnlyFans. And honestly, I thought that maybe...
I find it hard. I find it hard to say that the pictures were very graphic, because all the people that was there, and I've seen so many pictures from that event at the time when everything had first happened and stuff, I feel like someone would have gotten the pictures. You know what I'm saying? At least took a picture of the board or something and put them out.
The problem is she invited all the bloggers, and they weren't allowed to have their phones with them because of its filming, and Kenya knew. So Kenya invited all the bloggers. That's why they all were there. And they weren't allowed to bring their phones in with them. So that's why there is no, there's only an audio. I think I sent you the audio. It's on my page. Mm-hmm. There's only audio of what she was saying, but there's no visual to it because phones were not allowed in the salon.
We can't acknowledge that it was. She really is that bitch, though. She was like, "I've always been that bitch, still that bitch." And it was the, and they put it in slow motion. She ate that.
She said, I was that bitch, still that bitch, and always be that bitch. And then she said, "I paid you dust."
Yeah, I'm sorry though. The
It was the
hair
birds of the feather sound effect.
Yeah. The hair was laid, the makeup was perfect, the purple looks good on, like, if you don't go out with a bang, at least look like that. Because at least
She
nobody
looked
can.
good.
I mean,
Yeah,
amazing,
she looked
bro.
good.
And what's so crazy is I never noticed until Twitter brought it up. People were just like, our first scene with Kenya was
Yup, I saw
her
that.
at an audition with models, and then her last scene is her with models doing.
Yep.
Yeah, like it's crazy, bro.
Now, at the end of Sunday's episode, Bravo had this disclosure up saying, based on Kenya's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season. Like I said, I only think that they did that because it's considered revenge porn. So do you think if she got these images from Brit's old OnlyFans page, let's say Brit did have the OnlyFans page up and she took it down when she got casted, is that still revenge porn?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Because if the photos were at one point available,
it's public.
It's public. But if the page is taken down, I wonder
if that's the case, then whoever else was to post it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you gonna be suing a lot of people then. Because I mean,
let me see if I can find the actual so this is what revenge porn is online. Revenge porn is when someone reveals sexual explicit photos or images of a person without their consent in order to cause them embarrassment or distress. That is the definition of revenge porn. And so what Kenya was trying to do was to embarrass her. So, and she was showing naked photos without Brit's consent. So I don't know. I think that is considered revenge porn, and that's the reason why Bravo took action to it. And fans are really angry that they didn't take action towards Brit's indirect threats, but it was indirectly to Kenya. She never said, I'm going to shoot you. She just said, I got whips and pistols and don't mess with me. And then I don't know if you saw this on Twitter, but fans are also replaying an old Atlanta clip of Kenya saying that she got a pistol for Phaedra. Did you see that clip?
Mm-hmm.
That was in season 6. She said that she got a pistol for Phaedra, and she pulled out her gun, jokingly with Brandon. And so Phaedra could have also, felt like that was a threat as well. But I think that for Phaedra, she did 1 year with Kenya. She probably knew Kenya wasn't going to shoot her. But for Brit, Kenya don't know Brit. Brit's a new person that you don't know these people. You don't know. You guys in Atlanta are just, y'all thugs down there. You a thug too. Y'all thugs and y'all reckless. And I just don't trust people down there. I only trust you because I know you got pistols and whips, don't you? I know you do.
I got guns in this house.
I know, and all right, that's what I'm talking
Think
about.
Think about it. When we went to Canada, remember we was in the car and the guy was just like,
"Oh yeah, do you guys own?"
I looked right out the window. I didn't say nothing. I had my head turned the whole time because baby, they ain't got nothing. I'm not the driver. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Mm-mm. But have you noticed though? What? Have you noticed I never talk about having my guns or nothing like that though? I never bring it up.
To me, you do. Well, I mean, you don't bring it up just like bragging about it, but in conversation, you bring it up to me.
Right,
that's
right.
I know.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's nothing that even when people make me mad, I don't threaten with that or nothing like that. I mean,
because this is like Britt should never had this mentioned the guns. But I think that's the reason why she didn't get in trouble because she didn't say I'm gonna shoot you, Kenya. She just said that she had the weapons. But now, so actually, JT. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be on your ass right now because and all the listeners who've been listening to us since the beginning of season 2, you've been saying, I'm not going to watch this season, Atlanta Housewives. I'm not going to watch it. And I kept saying, you are. And look what you're doing. You watching.
Yeah, because, bro, I am because, like, bro.
I know you were. I knew you were.
No. I didn't watch the first 2, maybe 3 episodes, but then people kept saying, like, how good it was. And, like, the clips and stuff I was seeing, I was like, interesting. Because the clip that made me want to watch was when Portia... I kept seeing the scene with Portia just like, can I break the 4th wall? And she was like, okay. And I was just like, we breaking the 4th wall? Hold
You're
up.
a dirty hoe. You're a dirty... What'd she say to you?
You are a dirty individual. You're a low down, dirty individual.
That's what it was. Was.
So it's just like
when I saying low down. Why is that the first to go? Oh, they're first to go to.
Because all of them are low down. That's why. All of them are low down. That's why. But no, so
all have said that to each other throughout the season. Yeah. Low down.
Yes, but like honestly, I gotta kick myself in the ass now. Like it's good. I'm really enjoying it because it does feel refreshed. It's a nice mixture of the old versus the new. And I love the fact Shamia, even though she's a new peach holder,
I like her.
I love
Can you
Shamia.
believe it?
Can you believe it? I've always liked Shamia though. I've always liked
I
Shamia.
couldn't stand her.
Yeah.
I think she was this extra and just I always felt like she was trying too hard to be seen and on the show. But little did we know, she was actually the real housewife. She was actually a real housewife living the dream.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy that they took 10 years to finally give her an opportunity to show off her lifestyle.
Yeah.
We could have been had her when she came on season 8, or was it season 7? Whatever the first season she came on.
But my thing is though, it's just like when it's your time, it's your time. And keep in mind though, when we first initially met her, she wasn't in this place. Like, I think she met that man.
No, they've been together for 10 years.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, they've been married for 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So wait, she was married when she was in Miami with Portia and Phaedra doing all that season 9?
I don't think she was married, but they were was that 10 years ago? Is that 10 years? I can't remember.
That was season 9, and they're on season 16 now.
No, that was season 8 when they were in Miami.
8. That was 8. No.
So maybe that was with Kim Fields.
Yeah, with Kim Fields. Yeah, that was 8.
Remember, and then Phaedra brought it up that she's with some African prince at the season 9 reunion. So maybe that's when they got married, or that's when they got together. But yeah, they've been together for 10 years. So, and
it got to be the money, because that man is.
What is he, friend? Say it. What is he? Finish the sentence. This is the comment section. Say it.
What Beyonce said, must be the cash because it ain't your face. It must be the cash because it ain't your face. But do it, Shamia. Do it, baby. Do it, baby. Stick it,
but
baby.
You know what? If he has a good heart, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters, man.
It's not about the parents. And well, you saw my ex. I saw you a picture of my ex I ran into. He wasn't cute, but he had a good heart. Right? Or you think he was? What do you think? He wasn't cute. He had a good heart, and that's all that matters. And that's all that matters. And he wants me back. Been on me, all right. Since I saw his ass, he been on me, all right. I don't want you. You broke and got no car. I don't want you. Well, maybe that you are liking Atlanta Housewives.
That's good.
Because I'm liking it as well. And I know a lot of people are saying, I'm not watching the show anymore since Kenya's not on. Well, I'm going to continue watching. And I'm going to continue talking about it on the comments section. So
the ratings will still be the same.
Yeah, you know what? That's one last thing before we move on. It only got 600,000 viewers this past episode. I would have thought that Kenya's final episode would have at least gotten close to 1 million or at least 900,000.
But my thing is though, like we're in a different time, so like I'm pretty sure that's like live viewership from Bravo, right?
Let me pause right there. Last week's episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion got 970,000 viewers. That's close to 1 million viewers for that reunion. So 900,000 people still have cable.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, and then keep in mind, Atlanta been on hiatus too. So, I mean,
but this is the most anticipated. This is what the fans have been waiting for this episode. So I still would have thought that they would have had a higher viewership, or maybe the Atlanta fans don't have cable and the Beverly Hills fans do have cable. It is a different demographic of people, Yeah. So Beverly Hills, they're all the fans probably got money just like them. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like also too. Granted, like I said, even though I like the mixture of the old and the new and the familiar and all that, but overall, Atlanta Housewives, it does look new. So a lot of people who was following Portia, Candy, Phaedra, Nene, Kim, Sheree, all those people and stuff like that, the vast majority of what we're familiar with is gone. So yeah, I mean, like it did good for what it was, in my opinion. I mean.
It's a new era, and I'm excited. Yeah. I'm here for it. The Real Housewives, they air every Sunday at 8, 7 Central on Bravo. Keri Hilson is back, JT. Miss Keri, baby.
My name is Keri. I'm so very fly. It's a little bit scary.
I love Miss Keri.
I like Keri. So pretty.
I feel like I have to remind some of y'all who she is because she's been out of the game for many years. Keri is an R&B singer. She has hits like Energy, Knock You Down, and Turn Me On. But I felt like she was everywhere back in like in 08, 09, Yeah, she was everywhere back in the day. She had a recent appearance on The Breakfast Club to promote her new album, We Need to Talk, which is her first album in 15 years, JT. Can you believe that? That's her first album in 15. Her last album was in 2010. Isn't that crazy?
No Boys Allowed, I think, right?
Yep, that was her last album. Yep. Mm-hmm. In the interview that she had on The Breakfast Club, she dropped a major bomb. She said that she was forced to feud with Beyonce. Now, according to Keri, she was asked to do the remix to one of her songs, Turn Me On. But the catch was they gave her lyrics that threw direct shade at Beyonce. And she said she didn't want to say those lines, but if she didn't say the lines, then they wouldn't release her debut album. I have the interview clip. Take a look.
Yeah. Now, today, at this point, are you looking, like when you look back at that, and people will bring it up, so I'm sure you're kind of preparing yourself for that. Mm-hmm. How do you, not even explain it, but like, how do you look back on that? What are your comments on it now, so far removed from it?
It's a regret. It's a regret, but not in the way that people would think, because that's a song that I actually didn't write. Those are not my words. I was on tour. Polo wanted me to do a remix to Turning Me On. Mm-hmm. He had produced the record, and I wasn't, because I was on tour with Lil Wayne, I wasn't able to like lay anything down. He had been on me for a couple of weeks about we need to do a remix. Okay, so I take off. It wasn't happening quick enough for him. I take off, we fly in, and he had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this. So he played it for me, like, this is the remix, because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to Turning Me On. Like, The whole time I had been writing concepts, like, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse, and I'm like, automatically, I'm like, I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. That was my position. So I tried to fight him on it, and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there, but I want to be careful with the word I use. Mm-hmm. It was quite forceful, you know what I mean?
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only. Mm-hmm. You know, involving others and kind of threatening my career in a real sense. Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. So it was like, you're not coming out if you don't do this. And the mistake that I made was not continuing to fight, but I was in tears. I was crying. I was adamant that I did not want to do that.
And for people that don't know, you were signed to Polo.
I was signed to Polo and Timbaland.
Correct.
Yep, in a joint venture at Interscope Records.
Yep.
And I was young. I was super young. I felt I had no power. I felt I had no choice. But I did record my version, which had nothing like that in it. It was on subject. The song is about men. And it leaked like days after I did it, but he promised me that wouldn't happen, so it leaked.
I believe her, JT. I believe her. I don't think that she has no reason to lie.
I never doubted it.
And me neither. Because, we all know that these music producers have full control over their artists, their image, their sound, even their lyrics. So I believe her. And she said that she was protecting the producers this entire time, and she never spoke out against them. But because when she released that remix and came for Beyonce, the Beehive came for Keri hard. And I think that that's the reason why her music career went downhill, because she got so much backlash for that. And she still protected the producers and the songwriters. And I felt bad for that happened to her. Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, I don't know how this industry works. I guess it works just like anywhere else. Like, at some point in time, I'm not saying she didn't, but during, like, what was that, like 2008 when she kind of put that out? 7, 8?
2009, 06, 08. Yeah,
something like that. I feel like Beyonce was a little bit more touchable during that time. I feel like I wish she could have just like tried to pull Beyonce to the side and like apologize or something like that.
Do you remember when they were throwing the CDs at her? The Beehive was throwing the CDs at Keri Hilson. You remember that?
You love shit.
It was the Sasha Fierce CD, and they were chucking it at her. Keri Hilson was at a meet and greet, and when she was getting back in her car, the Beehive was standing outside her car throwing Beyonce CDs at her, the Sasha Fierce CDs. That's just mean, because that CDs hurt. Why are you throwing CDs at her? And it wasn't even just a CD disc. It was the whole entire,
not the case.
The case. It was the whole entire case.
That is messy, bro. That is crazy. That is assault.
Could you imagine? I'm sorry, Keri, for laughing. I'm sorry.
If a bitch throw a CD at me, bro, you got to run me that round. I'm sorry, bro. A CD case hurt.
There was videos of it too. It was I should have. I'm gonna try to plug it in this video. I'm gonna try to find it and plug it in on this podcast. But the kicker to this entire story is that the songwriter of "Turn Me On" remix was Esther Dean, and she went on to continue to have a great career, writing for many artists, including Beyonce. Isn't that crazy? The person who wrote this diss towards Beyonce went to go make songs for Beyonce. She wrote songs on your favorite album, Beyonce album, the self-titled, and she wrote on 4 as well.
Those are my two favorite Beyonce albums.
Well, thank Esther. Because you know Beyonce don't write the songs. Her name might be on every song, but she don't come up with the songs. I'm gonna call it spade a spade. After Keri's interview aired, Esther Dean posted an apology on Instagram. She said, "I submitted a lot of verses for that remix. One got picked and it was co-written with Keri. Looking back, it was childish and didn't age well. I'm sorry for my part in it. Growth is real, and so is this apology." End quote. First of all, girl, this is so shady. Because why you gotta say it was co-written with Keri? She's trying to say she didn't do it on her own. She's trying to say that Keri was writing it with me.
Right.
And then did you know this, JT? Before she issued that apology, once Breakfast Club actually released that interview, Esther posted a photo with Polo Dodon. I can't say his name right, but Dodon, who was also the producer behind Turning Me On. She posted a picture, pretty much. I felt like it was petty. She just posted a picture of them two together from back in the day after the interview was posted by the Breakfast Club. And then once she received backlash is when she issued an apology for Keri Hilson. Esther, you a shady little girl. You a shady woman, a very shady woman. I don't know much about her. Do you? I only know that one song by her.
That lady can knock on my door right now. I think she's a missionary.
A missionary? Like a Jehovah's Witness?
She can knock on my door right now. I would not know who that lady is. I'm so sorry to this woman. I probably know. I don't know who this woman is. He can know.
She made that one song with Chris Brown, and I thought that it was a good song, too. It was a drop it low, girl, drop it low, girl. You remember that song? No? Really? No. It was popular, but I thought that because it was so big, she would come out with more songs, but I guess she just can't release singles.
Oh.
Well, Keri's new album, We Need to Talk, drops on April 18th. Like I said, it's her third album and her first album in 15 years. I'm going to give it a listen. I like Keri Hilson back in the day. I thought that...
Let me know.
Did you listen to her new single or no?
No.
Her new single was cute. It was cute, you know. I think it could have been better, but...
When I tell you, I'm so... Right now, when it come down to artists and stuff now, it's just... Even if Janet put out an album, I would probably just skip through it. I'm just so over these albums because no one puts in like creativity anymore, bro. And I'm The
Weeknd. We were listening to The Weeknd album over the weekend. Billie Eilish. Those albums were so good to me. Like, let me go through my phone because Kendrick Lamar album was good. His new album. Yep, that album was good. Lady Gaga's new album. Lady Gaga's new album is fantastic. Drake's new album.
I mean the vast majority of people. I'm not saying like no one is putting out, but it's like for me, I don't know. Like I'm so content with just. I got a playlist right now that just have like random songs on it, and I'm just content with that. Like it's hard to listen to a body of work anymore. It's hard. It's
hard for me to listen to new people. Now, I wasn't a fan of Billie Eilish, but Eric told me, he's like, you will like Billie Eilish's new album. So I gave it a listen, and I fell in love with it.
It's a good album.
It's a great album, and it made me explore her other songs, too, because I was never really a Billie fan. And I fell in love with Ocean Eyes. Ocean Eyes, yeah. I can't believe I never heard of Ocean Eyes
Everything I Ever Wanted. It's
never heard that one. Songs. She has a lot of good songs, but like it's hard for me to get into new artists. I'm trying to think of a new artist that I possibly fell in love with other than Billie Eilish. I think she's probably the newest ones. I'm looking through my phone right now, and yeah, I think Billie Eilish is one of the newest people, closest to the newest, because everyone else I listen to I've been knowing since I been in high school. But yeah, I don't know. Who was I was on the phone with talking about Chappelle Larone? Am I saying her name right?
Chappelle Larone, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
She's a singer. I don't know any of her music, but she's big. She won a Grammy a couple weeks ago. I don't know any of her music. I'm not interested either because she looked a mess. She looked like a damn character from Shrek. She looked a mess at their damn fucking Grammys. All right, moving on. The Billboards, they reveal their top 20 female rappers, and I know you're going to have an issue with everyone on this list. I already know how you are, friend. Should I name all 25 or should I just name the top 5? Top 10. I'm sorry. I'm just going to give the top 10 because top 25 is too long. So, in first place, Nicki Minaj. First place. Missy Elliott comes in second place. Lauryn Hill comes in third. Lil' Kim comes in fourth. Queen Latifah comes in fifth. MC Lyte comes in sixth. Salt and Pepper comes in seventh. Roxanne Shante comes in eighth. Eve comes in ninth. And Foxy Brown comes in 10th. I agree with
I don't have an issue with none of that.
You don't? Oh,
I do not have an issue with none of that. Wow. I do not. I don't have an issue with none of that.
Me neither.
100% checks. Checks.
Especially with Nicki Minaj getting that number 1 spot. Even she never won a Grammy, but she did change the game. We have to give her that respect.
She did. That's an icon. That's why it pisses everybody off that she be acting the way she be fucking acting, because it's just like you literally have nothing else to prove. You really don't.
Really don't. Because in the early 2000s, female rap was fading away. And then Nicki came out in 2009 and revived it. And then thanks to her, we got Cardi, Lotto, Megan, Doja, Glorilla. I mean, we have a whole new wave of female rappers because of the Nicki Minaj. But I do like that most of these people in the top 10 were trend starters. Missy was a trend starter. Lauryn Hill was a trend starter. Lil' Kim. If there was no Lil' Kim, there would be no Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Yep.
And then Salt and Pepper was the first. They were the first black female rappers, by the way. The first black female rapper. You know, the first female rapper is actually a white woman named Blondie. Did you know that?
I didn't.
She sings that song, Heart of Glass. You know that song? Once had a love and it was glass. She was the first female rapper, which is kind of crazy. She came out with the first female rap song. But Salt and Pepper is the first female black rappers. Wow. But everyone in the top 10 are trend starters.
When I heard Missy Elliott, I was good after that. Like,
I'm surprised she got second place.
I mean, over Nicki Minaj, come on. Like, I mean, you want to go bar for bar. I mean.
No, I would think Lauryn Hill would come in second place. Or maybe, I'm just surprised Missy got second place. Lil' Kim and Lauryn Hill.
Perfectly placed, I feel.
Interesting.
Everyone's perfectly placed. I
would move Missy. I would switch Missy and Lauryn. I would do Nicki, Lauryn, Lil' Kim, then Missy. You know.
Oh.
Because I don't know how Missy got in second place. What did Missy do to get second place?
Missy was just an innovator, though. Not only was she a female rapper, I mean, music videos, stage performances. I mean, the longevity of her music, just like her eras are just insane to me. So I that's why when Missy Elliott was number 2, I was like, perfect.
I still regret not going to see her last summer. They canceled the one in Toronto. I was going to go see her in Toronto, and they canceled her tour date. She was with Timberland and Ciara, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go?
No, I was supposed to, but never mind.
What happened? Why you say never mind? Something bad happened?
I was gonna go with. I actually bought the ticket and everything, and I was gonna go with Todd and my ex, but then the ex started acting foolish, so I just literally like called them and gave them.
You were?
Literally,
last summer?
Literally, I bought the ticket. But I got the email to confirm.
Y'all wasn't even on good terms.
Yes, we were. During that time.
Not like that. Not like that, though.
Yes, we were.
That's surprising.
And we was all actually on.
The wedding was a month before. Or was that the reason why y'all didn't go?
Literally after the wedding, yes. I was just like, you know what? Damn this. I ain't got time.
That's surprising that y'all was the three of y'all was gonna go. I had no idea.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I kept saying. But he just switched up because, like, bro, we were all going to the concert together. Literally, me and Kayla was sitting literally in the row in front of them. How ironic that being that they had already bought 2 tickets, me and Kayla bought 2 tickets. And ironic, it was the only 2 seats that were available were the 2 seats in front of them. So I was like, this is perfect. Gonna be like, oh, time's gonna go. Do you want to act foolish? And now here we are.
I had no idea. That's news to me. Ooh, all right. Well, why was I invited? God damn it.
It was out here in Atlanta.
So what? I came a month later. That was in August, and I came in September. You acting funny. Now you just like the ex acting fucking funny. Why was I invited? You have no answer for that because you know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong. You know you're wrong.
Okay. Because see, what you're not about to do is sit up here and try to play me because, y'all, who is this hoe? Who is this hoe?
Wait, let me see the video. Play it again. You're one of those people who expose someone's dirty secret. That's why I'm not hanging out with you no more. I was so high. I was so high. I was in that mirror maze. So we did a mirror maze on Sunday together. And at one point, I don't know how y'all lost me. Y'all was gone. Y'all was gone for some reason. I made it out so quickly, and then y'all was in there for like at least 20 minutes, and I kept running back and forth outside the mirror maze. I was like, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here.
Well, I tell you, I just stood there for a second because I was just like, I'm not playing with him.
But I think that the edible made me aware of how to get out because I don't know how I made it out so quickly. Y'all was gone. I was like, where did they go? And then next thing you know, I was at the exit.
Us.
Yeah, but y'all, like, you guys disappear. Like, where does you guys go? How does you guys lose me? I was in lead. And then, next thing you know, I was like at the exit, but I think it was the edible that made me have those like super strength or super senses, how I found the exit. Yeah. Mm. All right, our last topic. Terrance Howard, actor Terrance Howard recently opened up an interview sharing a disturbing experience he had with Sean Diddy Combs. He said that there was an interaction that made him feel extremely uncomfortable, and he didn't want to ever be around Diddy again. Here's a video clip.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication.
Once again, I believe this person as well. Just like Keri Hilson, I believe Terrance in this story, I do especially too. With all the recent news about Diddy, nothing shocks me anymore. And I just feel like he'll mess with anything with legs, even chairs.
Oh.
So. Did I ever tell you that I saw Terrance Howard at the airport in LA a couple years ago?
No.
Like it was like in 2019. He was sitting in a section, and just like in this interview, he has all this shit on him. He has a blanket on him, a fucking hoodie on him,
Crazy.
Why does he dress like that? He dresses so weird.
He's just like a bomb.
He dresses like what's those people in India? Gandhi. Is that racist?
Mm-hmm. No, that's why I was quiet.
But don't they dress like that though? Don't they be extra putting layers on them for some reason, like layering up?
I'm not partaking in this conversation.
Anyways, he was looking at me the same way he claims Diddy was looking at him. He just kept staring at me. And I knew it was him, and I was like, should I go over there and ask for an autograph or just ask for a photo? But the way he kept looking at me, I was like, does he think he knows me? And I only knew it was him because of his outfit, and his wife is Chinese. I don't know if you know that, but he has a Chinese wife, who he's abusive to, all right, allegedly, all right? He be beating her up sometimes.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, and she's small and frail, so, I believe it. But yeah, I believe Terrance with this Diddy situation. Yeah, another thing in this video that I didn't play this clip though, but he was mentioning that a lot of men who attended these parties are now on drugs because they're trying to forget what happened to them when they're at these parties, which is a heavy statement. And I think he was really talking about people that he knew, like his TV son from Empire. I can't ever say his name. Brashear, thank you. Brashear Gray. He played Hakeem. Because, now he's doing OnlyFans content. Did you know that?
That boy, he looked bad. He was a good-looking boy, too.
He's on drugs, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think he's on drugs, allegedly?
I think so. Yeah.
And I think that maybe Terrance was maybe talking about him because no one from Empire really talks about him publicly. Or even seems like they associate with him. They always are with Taraji is always with Jesse. Is that his name, Jesse? Or am I saying his name right? Jesse? Mm-hmm. Is it Jesse? Jesse. Just because it's J-U. Jesse. Mm-hmm. I just feel like no one really talks about Brashear though, or hangs out with him. But if you guys look at his content, his social media page, especially Twitter, he looks like he's on drugs. He has men eating his booty, sticking things in his booty. I know you saw it. What you making that face for? You saw it. I want to say
it's all over Twitter. Yeah. I think you did, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a mess. It's a mess, and so I wonder if Brashear was ever at one of the Diddy parties.
Oh no, I hope not. I hope he get better because he's actually like talented, actually. So,
do you think that he's doing this because he can't find work?
That's what a lot of people summed it up to. Yeah.
And as actors, it's hard to stay in the business when you can't find work because a lot of times you're just known for that one role.
Right, especially as big as Empire was too. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard because I know he did this. He did the New Edition story.
Oh, he wasn't that.
And then he did. I mean, the movie lost his momentum after the first one. The movie Honey, the dancing movie that started Jessica Alba. He was in Honey? He was in Honey like 4 or 5 or something. 4 or 5.
They had a sequel?
Straight to DVD.
Oh, one of those. Oh, mm-hmm. I didn't know they even had a sequel.
Yeah. So it just, he just never really found anything that like, because even with the New Edition story, like he did good, but it wasn't like, oh, Brashear's the breakout in this movie or this show or whatever like that. It wasn't like it was like that. So
I forgot he was in that. That's the only thing I know him from then, Empire and the New Edition movie. Yeah. But it happens to a lot of actors. Like think about all that childhood actors that we grew up with. No one from Family Matters ever came acting again.
That's true. Yeah.
No one from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air other than Will. I mean, the father would have Rose here and there, but everyone else disappeared. And, you know, I hear this all the time, not verbally or in person, but through the TV. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, they wish they just grew up normally because it's hard to, you know,
like
be
the Cosby kids, all of them.
Yeah. You know, I still get bothered by that. That as big as
Raven is the only one.
And,
honestly, you know what? I guess it's kind of. I guess it's kind of. Oh yeah, Felicia Rashad for sure.
The kids. You said the kids.
Yeah, I guess I feel like maybe too. It's just that again, the shows that you guys were on, it just made such a huge impact that people will. It's hard to see
that person play someone else.
Vanessa Huxtable or Rudy Huxtable or Theo or
get stuck
Ashley
in that
Banks or Carlton Banks. It's hard to see you past that because you took this role and made it your own, and then it just sat with us in our hearts for so long. Especially because, you know, that's back when shows used to run forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for us to see it as anything but that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably what the situation was, I think.
I wonder why it's different for other actors like Jennifer Aniston, who played Rachel in Friends. She gets movie roles all the time. And I wonder what makes it different. It's for even Will Smith. He gets movie roles all the time, too. No, Will Smith's not white.
But honestly, though, with Will Smith, though, too, I feel like
Martin used to get movie roles left and right.
Yeah. But again, though, those were the breakout stars, though. Because think about it. Nobody on That's So Raven really had a breakout role past That's So Raven besides Raven. We didn't see Annalisa Vanderpool, who played Chelsea, until Raven's home. Like, and technically you playing the same character. It's just an adult version of that character. So it's just hard. Like, I mean, it's easy for the breakout star because we were always going to see you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to think about it, Raven had stuff like the Cheetah Girls and all that stuff as well, too. And then keep in mind, Will Smith, I forget what he did a movie in the middle of doing.
It was Independence Day.
Yeah, he did that in the middle of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So
he did a couple. Yeah, he did a couple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so I mean,
he did Enemy of the State. I believe that's the name of it. Enemy of the State. Bad Boys was in the middle of Fresh Prince because that was in '96. He had a couple movies in between Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Well, Brashear, get help. Go to rehab. You know, it's that mean, but that's the truth. Go to rehab. Get some help. And you know, don't turn to. I know OnlyFans content is easier, but you know, don't be selling your body for money.
Yeah. It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. All right. Look at JT. All right. Look at how he looks. You guys don't want to do that.
Look good.
Selling your body for money?
No. I don't sell mine. Now, wrap this up. Now I'm irritated.
I love having you back, friend. Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy?
I am.
Well, that's it, people. That was today's episode. It went by quick. Any final thoughts?
No, I really do hope Kenya's time is not done on Atlanta Housewives, though. I really hope not. I don't know.
Do you think she'll be at the reunion?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's like 50-50 for real. I don't know.
I think so, too. I think that she's done.
She'll definitely have to be first chair, though, if she comes back.
Oh, definitely.
She'll have to be first chair.
Definitely. And it'll only be 20 minutes. I can't see her being on the entire episode.
No, she'll probably, if anything, she'll probably come on part 3. Because it's always going to be a part 3 reunion. So she'll have to come on if anything.
Yeah.
Oh, no. You
know who I'm really liking, friend? Before we wrap up, I like Angela a lot. Angela's funny.
I do too.
That woman started all that shit. She's the one who started the question. She started all that shit. She's the one who wrote that damn fucking question.
And she be acting so dincy.
And then still said, I'm Team Kenya. She started all that shit and then still told Kenya, I'm Team you. Like, I'm on your team. I understand your point. Girl, what? I like Angela. She's funny. And it's funny.
When Shamia did that.
Oh, the nose thing? Oh, you did it good. I can't do it. How do you do it?
Oh my God.
I can't do it.
Yeah, bro.
The nose is.
I like Angela too. I like Angela too. I do too. Yeah.
She's a sweet woman.
You can tell she's sweet.
Friend, she's been on my blog page. She's been popping off a lot. All right. And it's getting annoying now. She keeps commenting on my post. And I'm like, girl, I'm going to see. I'm going to see. But she gives me the type where she doesn't want to talk. Like, she seems like she'll come on and just have you just do all the talking. Like, she seems like you have to pull teeth when you talk to her.
That's fine. We can do that.
I'm going to ask her. I'm going to send her DM just to see if she want to come on. But she's been, every single day, I see her commenting on my post. And like, okay, enough is enough. Because I feel like you're about to block me in a minute. And it's not even me that you're arguing with. It's the fans in the comment sections that you're arguing with. But, yeah.
No, yeah, let's run that. I don't mind asking questions.
All right, cool. I'll reach out. My people reach out to her. Well, everyone, that's a wrap on today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed the show and were able to keep up with all the things that we were talking about. And thanks for tuning into the comment section. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Peace.
Bye, everyone.